Ave Maria, everyone. Welcome back to the Roman Martyrology. It is June 30th. The first martyrs of the Holy Church of Rome, who, accused of the fire of the city, were cruelly killed by order of the Emperor Nero with different tortures. Some, in fact, were exposed to dogs covered by animal skins and were torn apart. Others were crucified, and still others burned at the stake, so that when daylight failed, they could be used as night lamps. All these were disciples of the apostles and first fruits of the martyrs that the Church of Rome presented to the Lord. At Alexandria of Egypt, Saint Basilides, who under Emperor Septimius Severus, having tried to protect the Holy Virgin Potamiana, whom he was leading to execution from the insults of vulgar men, received the reward for this pitiful service of his. In fact, converted to Christ by her prayers, after a brief fight, he became a glorious martyr. At Limoges in Aquitaine in France, Saint Martial, bishop. At Le Mans in the territory of Nuestra, also in France, Saint Bertrand, bishop, pastor of peace and attentive to the poor and monks. At Salzburg in ancient Bavaria, now in Austria, Saint Ertrudis, first abbess of the Nonnberg monastery and granddaughter of Saint Rupert, whose preaching she supported with prayer and works. At Salinigo in the province of Vicenza, Saint Teobaldo, priest and hermit, who, born of the Counts of Champagne in France, together with his friend Gualtierio, preferred pilgrimages for Christ, poverty and solitude to honors and riches. At Nitra, on the river of the same name near the Carpathian Mountains, in present-day Slovakia, Transitus of Saint Ladislaus, who, as King of Hungary, during his reign, re-established the Christian laws introduced by Saint Stephen, reforming customs and giving himself an example of virtue. He zealously worked to spread the Christian faith in Croatia, united with the Kingdom of Hungary, establishing the Episcopal See at Zagreb. He died while waging war against the Bohemians, and his body was later placed at Oradea in Transylvania. At Bamberg in Franconia, in present-day Germany, Saint Otto, bishop, who devoted himself fervently to the evangelization of Pomerania. At Osnabrück in Saxony, also in Germany, Saint Adolfo, bishop, who accepted the Cistercian customs in the monastery of Altenkamp. At London in England, Blessed Philip Powell Morgan, priest of the Order of Saint Benedict and martyr, who, originally from Wales, rested on a ship in the reign of Charles I, because he sought to enter England as a priest, was led to the gallows at Tyburn. At Naples, Blessed Gennaro Maria Sarnelli, priest of the Congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer, who actively worked to assist every category of the needy. At the city of Hai Duong in Tonkin, now Vietnam, Saint Vincent Doyen, priest of the Order of Preachers and martyr, who died beheaded under Emperor Mingmang in hatred of the Christian faith. In the territory of Shandun, near Zhohe, in the province of Hebei in China, Saints Raimundus Li Quazen and Petrus Li Quanhui, martyrs, who, as brothers, during the persecution unleashed by the followers of the Boxer sect, gave an outstanding testimony for Christ. The first, in fact, conducted in a pagan temple, refused to worship false gods, and thus died under the blows of beatings. The other was killed with no less cruelty. At Lviv in Ukraine, commemoration of Blessed Zonivi Kovalyak, priest of the Congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer and martyr, who, under an atheist regime, on an unknown day of this month, deserve to obtain the palm of martyrdom. At Winnipeg in Manitoba, Canada, Blessed Vasil Vezvolo Velchovsky, Bishop of the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church and martyr, who, for having exercised his ministry clandestinely among Catholic Christians of the Byzantine Rite, suffered much in his homeland from persecutors of the faith and died in exile, associated with the sacrifice of Christ. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Ave Maria.